this is a Facebook Live for BBC News. I'm Rosina Sini and we are outside the BBC building in central London with the Cincinnati Bengal cheerleading team who are over from the States for the NFL International Series. Now, the New York Giants played the LA Rams at Twickenham on the 16th, and the Cincinnati Bengals will be playing the Washington Redskins on the 30th of October at Wembley. And of course, wherever the football team are, the cheerleaders follow. So let's find out a bit more about these ladies. Ladies, can you introduce yourselves?
Hi, my name is Nicole. This is my fourth season as a Cincinnati Bengal. I'm also one of the captains. And when I'm not cheering, I am a fourth grade teacher.
Hi, my name is Season, and this is my sixth year as a Cincinnati Bengal. And my full-time occupation is a social worker for individuals with developmental disabilities.
My name is Corey. This is my second year on the squad, and during the day I'm a speech-language pathologist working with children with autism spectrum disorders.
Hi, my name is Lauren, and this is my fifth season with the Bengals and my third season as captain. And when I am not cheering, I am a project manager working with Fortune 500 companies.
Well, ladies, can I say you all look amazing, and that was a really good routine. I don't know if I'd be able to do the same thing because you really work those pom-poms. Remember, this is an interactive experience, so if you'd like to get your questions in for our cheerleaders here, any questions or comments, write them below, and I'll do my best to put them to the cheerleading squad. So guys, how do you get to become a cheerleader?
So we start off with auditions. In the spring, we have a bunch of prep classes to help girls in Cincinnati and in the surrounding area to become prepared for what's going to be expected of them. And then we go through a series of preliminary auditions as well as semifinal auditions and then a big final audition showcase. And you're being judged on your dance technique, glamour, health and fitness, and just being a great representation for our organization and for the NFL as a whole.
And now you clearly are fit, you have to work out a lot, I imagine, but do you feel that people often judge you only on your looks?
Well, I just think it's really important to take note that we are professional women. We have careers, which is our number one priority, and our hobby is dancing, and we take great pride in that. So we have to look the part. We are very strong. We have to stay in shape for game day. So we have many practices throughout the week, and even prior to the game, we practice full out for hours. So we have to be in the best shape possible.
Now, you ladies all have careers as well, so you're juggling both. How do you balance your work lives and cheerleading?
It definitely can be stressful at times. Like we all mentioned, we all have full-time jobs. We have families at home, and then we cheer and we dance. So during the season, it can be quite hectic, but it's something we love to do, and I don't think any of us would change that. We kind of like the busy lifestyle and balancing both, and we have so much fun being individuals and having our professional lives and our careers, and then getting to do what we love on the side.
Now we're getting lots of comments in on Facebook about how beautiful you all look, ladies. And one kind of recurring question is about how tough your fitness regime is. So if you could answer that.
Sure. Well, like Corey said, we have to be in the best shape because we have to, have stamina to make it through a 4-hour game, long game days, long practices. So it's really important that we're very athletic and fit. So we, in addition to our practices, of course, we all work outside of our practices and eat healthy and maintain that healthy lifestyle and just focus on keeping our endurance up for the season.
Another question here, Bahadur says, how does it feel do you feel like you're objectified?
I believe, there are stereotypes out there, and sometimes there are negative comments and positive comments. But I think one thing that our team, and I think a lot of the cheerleaders in the NFL try to do is be an advocate for a healthy lifestyle and balancing our careers and living a healthy lifestyle, staying fit, and being the best person on and off the field, because on the field can be very hectic. Like Lauren said, you have to have a lot of endurance, so we try to advocate for ourselves.
I was wondering, do you get problems with heckling or people saying things to you that perhaps you really don't want to hear, sexist types of comments?
I believe in Cincinnati, we have a very, very strong fan base. We are very supported by the Cincinnati fans and the Cincinnati Bengals. I do not experience that, and if I did, I would once again just say we are professional women and we are here to do a job.
I completely agree with what Season just said on that note. I think that we're just really proud of ourselves for what we do, and we have worked very hard to get where we are, and I don't think that we would let negative comments that could possibly come our way really affect that, because we love what we do, we love working together, and this truly is like a sisterhood.
Anthony says, do you feel like you're a good role model for girls?
I mean, I would love to think that we are great role models for girls. We, like I said, of course, we have full-time jobs, and we work really hard to get involved in the city of Cincinnati, get involved in our community. We are constantly doing community service events. We also have a Junior Bengal program, which is a mentorship program for younger girls that come to the stadium and have practices and dance with us, and we complete activities with them. So, yeah, I think, that's the goal. That's the ultimate goal of being an NFL cheerleader.
This is an interesting one. Sharmista says, why are you called the Bengals? Or Bengals, right? To answer that one.
I see that one. So our team is called the Cincinnati Bengals, and then we're called the Bengals, so it's still the same exact spelling, but it's emphasizing the fact that we're like the girls of the team, so that's why we're the Bengals.
Summer says, did you cheer or dance in college? And is that how you got into it?
I think all of us have either a cheer or dance background. Personally, I have been a dancer ever since I was 3 years old, and I danced all through school, and I was a D1 collegiate dancer. And so I wanted to continue that in the professional world, which is why I sought out the NFL profession.
Yeah, because there are scholarships, aren't there, for football players, but we don't usually hear that for like cheerleaders. Do you think is there anything like that perhaps I haven't heard about, or do you think there should be?
What I believe is, as far as the scholarship question, once again, going back to our full-time careers, that is our scholarship. And to be honest with you, the benefits that we get being NFL cheerleaders, such as being here in London, I think that is pretty amazing. Quite the perk.
Lots of questions here from, this particular one is from Craig and Mark. Do you ever have husbands or boyfriends? There might be a little bit of a hint there.
Well, like I said earlier, we all have families outside of here. A lot of us are married. A lot of us do have family with children. We are all professional women. I believe all of us are either in the last years of our college career, or we have already finished college and in our adult careers. So we all have families and our own personal lives outside.
Would you dance with men?
There actually is one NFL team that does have male cheerleaders. It's the Baltimore Ravens. And so I think that if Cincinnati chose to go in that direction, I think we would definitely welcome the opportunity. They get to do a lot of stunting and a lot of different styles of movement that we don't get to do because we are an all-girl squad. But I definitely think that we'd be open to it if the Bengals went in that direction.
Do you think cheerleading should be classed as a proper sport, or do you think it's more kind of entertainment dancing type thing, and perhaps that also is a sport, isn't it?
I think it's a combination of both. I think we're athletes, and I think it feeds into the entertainment side of football.
Oxy says, can brunettes be cheerleaders too?
We actually talked about this. We're like, the 4 blondes are here doing this interview, but we do have brunettes, we do have redheads on our team, so we are a group of diverse women, even though you're only seeing some blondes right now. So
ladies, I appreciate that it's freezing cold. You guys have got your jackets on, but is it okay if you can just give us a bit more of a routine? If you can see another one of your routines, perhaps?
Sure. Can we use the jackets? Can we use the jacket? Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I didn't see you.
Whenever you're ready.
Guys, that was amazing. Thank you very much. Listen, guys, there are 4,500 people watching us right now, so thank you very much for tuning in. Don't forget, if you have any questions for the Bengals Cincinnati cheerleading squad, you can put your comments below and I'll try and put them to the ladies. Terence says, how much do you train each week? Because that looked like a really vigorous and strenuous routine.
Yeah, we have several practices a week. Typically right now we're practicing on Tuesdays and Thursday nights. It's usually about 3.5 hours of practice, and then we have practices before the games on game days, and sometimes even more, and we also have appearances and events throughout the week.
Maybe I should let you get your breath back a little bit. I feel bad. Thank you so much for all your comments. Anne says, do NFL cheerleaders get paid fairly for the work that they do?
That's a good question. We get that question asked a lot. As we've mentioned before, we do have careers, and that is our number one priority. We love what we do, so we do get perks, and we get a lot of compensation for what we do, and we're very grateful for that. But we do have our own professional careers outside of cheerleading that we're very proud of.
Have you guys ever performed and one of you has forgotten an important part of the routine?
I would say that happens a lot. We try not to do that, but we practice pretty hard and to make sure that, and we take care of one another too. We'll call it out if we think that someone might mess up, but it happens. It absolutely happens. Just like the players will make mistakes too.
And now lots of people are just tuning into us now that perhaps didn't hear the beginning part of the interview. Are you able to tell our audience what you all do? Because not only are you cheerleaders, but you're successful career women as well, aren't you?
Yeah, absolutely. So I am currently a project manager working with Fortune 500 companies.
I'm a speech language pathologist, and I specialize in working with children with autism spectrum disorders.
I'm a social worker for individuals with developmental disabilities.
And I'm a 4th grade teacher, and I teach language arts and science.
Benetton says, you're all smart, intelligent and beautiful. Stay fabulous all the time. Olivia says, where in the world have you been able to travel to as a cheerleader? And is there anywhere in particular you'd like to go? And there's a wasp.
To be honest, this is one of our biggest trips. So for me personally, I've never been to Europe before, so this is a big trip for all of us. None of us have ever been to London. We have traveled to Mexico for our calendar shoot, so that was another big trip. And some other girls on the team have gotten to tour to places like Hawaii and Guam and Alaska and places like that. So yeah.
How are you finding London?
I think I can speak for all of us. We are having an amazing time. A lot of us have never been over here before, so we're getting to experience a lot of the touristy attractions and just enjoy the culture.
Ellison says, would you love to have a Super Bowl held in the UK?
Absolutely. I think it would be amazing to raise even more awareness about the NFL here in London and have the Cincinnati Bengals here as well. It'd be fun.
And Craig says, do you cheer in all types of weather? Because it is cold, and I really appreciate you ladies have come out in the freezing cold to do your routines for us and to speak to me.
So in terms of the weather, we have everything in Cincinnati. We could be 100 degrees, which is what it was for one of our games earlier this season. And then we have gone all the way down to dressing up in like Eskimo coats with beanie hats on, and it's been snowing. We cheer in torrential downpour rain when the rain is just in your eyeballs the whole time, but we tough through it, and we're professionals, and the show must go on.
Well, we've been getting so many questions for you, but we've run out of time. Would it be too much to ask you could do another routine for us, perhaps, if for anything, just to warm you up a little bit because it's so cold? Thank you very much for watching.